So, I came home today from work, checked the mailbox, and I'm like, oh, look at that. The mail, man, delivered. Luke Maile, baby, it's a walk-off. Blue Jays win 5-4 over the Kansas City Royals in their first walk-off win of the season. And what a night for Luke Maile. I mean, we'll get to him in a second here, but first things first, Joe Biagini gets the start for the Blue Jays, and a lot of people are like, okay, well, you got the win in the first game, and even if you lose the second game, oh well, whatever. And people look at Joe Biagini's stat line, and you think, did he really have a good game? 5 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Now, what was he brought in to do? He wasn't brought in today to throw 7 shutout innings. He was brought in to give the Jays a chance to win. And 3 runs over 5 2/3 innings, I'd say it's doable. And on the other side, Danny Duffy, he was stellar. And I am shocked. That they took him out after 6 innings. Now, I don't care. Oh, but he was at 100 pitches. Did he look like he was slowing down? He gave up 2 hits, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, no runs. He was nuts. But just because he was at that 100-pitch mark, they pull him from the game. And as a Blue Jay fan, hey, you don't hear me complaining. Because in the 7th inning, the Jays are down 3-0. But we know how good this team is from coming back. And in the 7th inning or later, this Blue Jays team really knows how to score runs late in ball games. Justin Grimm comes in, faces 3 batters. He walks all 3 batters. You got that right. The Blue Jays got the bases loaded and nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pilar walked. Diaz walked. Grichuk walked. He has been great so far in this doubleheader. It's a coming out party for him. I love it. And then they bring in Keller to face Luke Maile. And Luke looks kind of silly on a couple pitches. But the funny thing is about that at bat, he throws him 3 curveballs in a row. One, Luke Maile swings and misses. The other one I think is a called strike. The next one he fouls off. I think that's how it went. I'm not too sure about that. But so what are you thinking is Luke Maile? Is he going to throw it a 4th time in a row? No. So what are you looking for then? You're looking for a fastball. What does he get with an 0-2 count? A fastball. And Luke Maile drills it to the opposite field down the line. It's a fair ball. 2 runs come in to score. Jays down 3-2 with runners on the corners. Great job by Luke Maile. Devin Travis comes in, or maybe no, I think it was 1st and 2nd, I think. I don't think it was, okay, anyways, all I know is that I'm pretty sure there was a guy at 3rd base, and not too, sorry. Grichuk was at 2nd. He did not go to 3rd on the play. So now Devin Travis hits an infield single. Randall Grichuk comes around to score, and yeah, I know, the Blue Jays have tied it. And things are going great here because Mike Moustakas couldn't get it out of his glove. A ground ball, he makes the diving play. Actually, no, I think Grichuk made it to 3rd base, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, Travis hits the ball to 3rd. Great diving play by Moustakas, but he just can't get it out of his glove. He doesn't even make a throw. Run comes in. Pierce at 2nd. I'm trying to think here. Devin Travis goes to 2nd. No, excuse me. Luke Maile. There's so many people on base. Luke Maile goes to 2nd base. Travis at 1st base. Grichuk comes home to score, and we are tied at 3s. This team does not quit. Next batter, Steve Pierce. He singles to center field. Luke Maile comes in to score. We got the lead now. This is terrific. And then in the 8th inning, Ryan Tepera comes out, and we're thinking, everything's going to be okay. Alcides Escobar ties it up with the home run. You got to be kidding me. But it's okay. We're tied. And then we go to the ninth inning. Roberto Osuna comes out, and he made a great play because Mike Moustakas singled initially. He was the leadoff guy. And then on a wild pitch, he moves up to second base, and we're like, oh, God, a guy at second with nobody out. We got to remember it is Roberto Osuna because he strikes out Lucas Duda. And then Cuthbert grounds back to Osuna, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do in that situation. Some pitchers, they get the ball, and then they just look the guy down and go to first, or they just look him down and then throw it to a base. What he did right when he got the ball is booked it right to Mike Moustakas as he was frozen dead, and he's like, oh God, what do I do? And he tries to go back to second base. No, thank you. Flips it to Travis, or it was Diaz, one of the two. And, it was Ledmus Diaz, and he tags him out. That is a great play by Roberto Osuna, and he gets that out. Beautiful. Great job by Osuna there. So there's 2 out and a guy at first base now instead. Much better to deal with. Goins pops out to Diaz, ends that inning. We go to the 9th inning. The bottom of the 9th, the Jays get a rally going. They have second and third. With 1 out, Granderson comes to the plate instead of Hernandez. And all people can say, whoa, why did you take him out? Look, you want the veteran guy in there, and he's a much more selective guy, and you got a guy on the mound throwing over like 99, so you want the guy there. Now, Granderson puts him a fight. He just misses one, puts it foul, but then Herrera gets him striking out on the curveball, and we're like, you got to be kidding me. And then Smoke strikes out to end the inning. We're like, no, that's our chance. Tyler Clippard comes out in the next inning, gives up a single to Escobar. That's about it, though. That's about it. And then we go to the bottom of the 10th with Flynn pitching. Solarte flies out, but then Kevin Pillar singles through the left side to get I guess like the last inning, get the guy on base with 1 away. Then Diaz was intentionally walked because on a wild pitch, Pillar moved up to second base. So now first and second because they wanted the double play in order, obviously. Then Grichuk, barely, but he was hit by a pitch on his foot. They didn't even review it because it did happen. And the bases are now loaded for whom else but the mailman. And you know what's happening here. You know what's happening here. He does it exactly what he did in his at bat in the 7th inning. Slaps it the other way through the first and second baseman. And the Blue Jays walk it off. 5-4 over the Kansas City Royals, baby. Oh my goodness. The Jays have now won 3 straight. They're 11-5. And the crazy thing, you take out those first 2 games against the Yankees, the Jays are 11-3. Let's enjoy it. And, of course, they win another series. The Jays are they're playing, coming into this series, they were 3-10, the Kansas City Royals. But you still got to do your job. The Jays did today. I'm proud of them. Biagini gave his team a chance to win, a chance to come back, and they did that. Pierce was 3 for 5. Pillar was 2 for 4. Maile was, he was 2 for 4 in the game as well. He was terrific. I mean, Devin Travis was 2 for 2. Great to see there. Danny Barnes with a great inning in the third, relieving Joe Biagini. Ryan Tepera obviously gave up the run. Osuna and Tyler Clippard with the clean inning in the 10th inning. He gets the victory, and the Jays, they're feeling great, and I know you guys are too. I'm loving this. I am loving it. I know you guys are too. This is a lot of fun. But can they keep it up? We see the camaraderie. Luke Maile talked about it in his postgame about everybody being together, everybody, the chemistry in the dugout, and it shows. It's amazing seeing Luke Maile walk it off, and Kevin Pillar just jumps all over him. Randall Grichuk's already in the mix. Diaz comes flying in. I mean, it's so great to see this team gelling the way they are. Now, we're not saying this is going to continue the entire year. It could just be a good stretch, but let's enjoy it. Let's take it game by game, and this team, from every day to the next, is never out of a game. Never. They were down 3-0 today. They came back and won. They were down 3-2 in the last in the game 1 of the doubleheader. They won 11-3. This team does not quit. There's a difference between this team and last year's team, and I think we love it. And of course, Luke Maile, not hitting just barely over 100. I understand that was over a long span. He's hitting 389. What? I don't know if they have his second hit written down here, but as a 1 for 3 night, he's hitting 389, and he's tied his RBIs for last year already. He's having a great night, or a great season so far. And so for the Blue Jays, you've played a lot of games at home. You play the finale tomorrow, J-Happ versus Ian Kennedy, who's been great so far in the season for them. 4:07 first pitch tomorrow. And then the Jays head to New York, take on the Yankees for a 4-game series starting Thursday, ending Sunday. The Jays look to really staple themselves in the American League East. That's a statement series for this team early on in the season, obviously. But they look to close the series at home tomorrow against the Kansas City Royals, like I said. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys enjoyed this game. Smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you guys think of this game. Who was your player of the game in this one? I think it's got to be the mailman himself, Luke Maile. He was great. Behind the plate, calling the game. He's always fantastic back there. And now that he's doing what he does with the bat, I mean, it's terrific. He's my player of the game. Let me know who yours was, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow afternoon, podcast edition. Podcast link is in the description below, guys, for the channel, for the podcast channel, and the podcast itself on iTunes. Both links are in the description. Also, guys, if you guys are interested in heading down to Jurassic Park, possibly on Friday night, 8 o'clock tip-off for the Raptors, I might be able to go down there. So if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments below, or let me know on Twitter. The link is in the description for that, all right? And we'll talk to you guys, Raptors edition, like we said, Friday, 8 p.m. tip-off in Washington. You'll want to get that win and get a convincing 3-0 series lead against the Wizards. That's exactly what you want. But the Raptors look for that on Friday night, 8 o'clock tip-off there. Leafs look to even up the series against the Boston Bruins on Thursday. They're at the Air Canada Center, 7 o'clock puck drop there at the ACC. The Leafs look to really staple home what they did in this last game yesterday. They look to do the exact same and come away with the victory on Thursday to even up the series, like I said, heading back to Boston. And as for the Blue Jays, they wrap up the 3-game set against the Kansas City Royals tomorrow afternoon before they head to New York. Tomorrow, 4:07 first pitch, J-Happ, Ian Kennedy. Jays look for the you know what? I said a lot. I didn't say it last time, and it didn't work. The Jays look for the 3-game sweep over the Kansas City Royals. I'll talk to you guys then.